So there recently was a video on TikTok that went extremely viral where there was this girl saying how car loans are a scam, and she was explaining why. Do you guys agree with that? I'm going to play this video with you guys, and I'm going to give you guys my comments as well.
The best budgeting tip is do not finance a car. I've been paying off $11,000 in debt for a year and a half, $332 a month, and only $70 to $80 are going towards the debt amount. So I'm up to $10,000, and I thought I was almost done. So that means Westlake Financial is charging $200 and up for interest, and only $70 to $80 is going towards the debt. It's a scam. If you don't have the cash to buy the car in cash, then take the bus until you have it cash.
Okay, now first of all, I don't like it when people just start throwing around that things are a scam, because there are actually some scams out there. But if you know what you're getting yourself into and you sign up for it, you're not being scammed. You're actually being informed. Now, she mentioned Westlake. So I did a little research online to find out who this Westlake company was. And they're not a good company. They're a subprime auto loan company. And there were so many bad reviews online, which lets me know the reason why people are going to complain about it being so bad is the interest rate that they're probably charging is ridiculously high. I don't know how much she has because she didn't state it in the video, but I'm assuming it's anywhere between the range of 16 to 20% or probably even higher on a car. And the fact is that she's saying that's like one of the worst things to do, that's a scam. It's not. Now, I would say this, getting a subprime loan is a horrible thing to do. It's a very bad thing to do, but I understand some people are in a bind and they want to get a car. There is other options, as she said. You could just use public transportation or just try to find some other route to get a car. Preferably, try to put down as much as you can to not make this thing as painful as possible. But in her case, and this happens to so many other people as well, is that they are in a bind, right? You're in a bind and you need a brand new car. And your credit is shot. Like your credit is just horrible. But you need a car. You're applying for regular places, you're going to a dealership, they're rejecting you, all these places are rejecting you, and you feel like you have no other option. So you go to one of these used car lots, some reputable places as well, unfortunately, they offer subprime loans. And then you get yourself into a loan, and finally you're excited because you hear someone say, yes, they approve you. You don't look over the details, you don't do any of that. You just say, I'm just excited, I could afford that monthly payment, so you sign up for it and off you go. It seems like in her case, that's exactly what happened. But to me, what's startling is she said after 3 years, nothing hardly happened. It's as if she was expecting in 3 years her whole car loan to be paid off. So she did not even understand how long her car loan was supposed to be for. You see, guys, you really need to pay attention to exactly what you're signing up for. And especially when it comes to a car, because a car is a number one wealth killer, as you hear so many people say. Such a depreciating asset, and you're making it worse because the fact is the vehicle itself is a depreciating asset and you're wasting all this money on interest. So you're just losing so much money when you get a car, especially like the car that she got. It's really unfortunate, but this is something that continuously happens. But I want people to fully understand this. It's not a scam. Okay? It is not a scam. Whenever things don't go the way people would like it, they are quick to try to blame others and call things a scam, right? You hear that all the time. You hear people say how banks are scams, right? Getting into a bank, checking accounts, those are scams. Every time people are put in a bad situation, right, and someone offers them something to help them out, even though it's a very expensive route and you are aware of it, and then listen, you are all over TikTok, you're all over social media, the specific type of loans that you should run away from. And you still sign up for it, right? Like payday loans. They're like 200 to 300% on payday loans. And you still use it. It's not a them problem. It's a you problem. The problem is you're using something that you really shouldn't be using. And you have to understand you're not credit worthy, okay? You are a risk. So they want to make sure they can recoup some of the money while you sign up for this risky, loan you're about to get. Now, here's some advice of what I think you should do when you get a car, okay? Whenever you're getting a car, okay, you gotta make sure you can at least put down 15 to 10% down on that car. That will make your payment as minimum as possible. Now, you never wanna go into a dealership not knowing how your credit is, okay? If you had bad credit, number one, expect to get rejected, or number two, expect to get into a subprime loan, as what she said, Westlake. You need to fix your credit situation as soon as possible. You definitely do. I will focus on getting that taken care of because, using public transportation is probably the best option, right? Rather than getting one of these loans. But I understand there's a lot of places that don't have that option. But to be extremely honest with you, it might even be better to either A, rent a car if it's affordable, or to use Uber for now. Just for now. Not forever, just for now. Because number one, if you get yourself into a subprime loan, right, and you are temporarily trying to fix your credit in order to get a better car with a better rate, if you are in a subprime loan, it's really hard to take care of your credit situation while you're dealing with that, while you're dealing with that subprime loan, because most likely it's going to be really, really, really expensive. And number two, it's going to be hard to get out of it as well. You see, a lot of times they don't give you very good vehicles during these times. Usually they give you some pretty bad vehicles, and to get out of it and to sell it and then to pay off the balance is going to be really, really, really difficult. So don't make your situation worse if you have bad credit by getting one of these loans, because it's really, really hard to get out of unless you pay it off completely as soon as possible. Even if you do not get one of these subprime loans and you actually get a good loan, you want to make sure it can fit within your budget. Really look at your budget being realistic. Figure out how much money you're most likely to be wasting gas, how much your car insurance is going to be. Like, put all of that within a budget and see exactly how much you could afford. Now, just because I'm telling you how much money you could afford monthly, that doesn't necessarily mean that you pick a car that goes exactly to that monthly payment, because you could probably get something that's even less, right? Don't look at this, the monthly payment. Look at how much the car is worth, the total cost of the car. But then when it's all said and done, you put a down payment down. If you see that the amount of money you be paying monthly is less than the amount that you budgeted for, great, go for it, especially if it's a good, reliable vehicle. But if it goes over and exceed, please don't do that, because you don't want your car, right, a depreciating asset, to be a big chunk of your monthly expense. You do not want that to be the case. You want that to be as minimum as possible, because, as I said, it's just a car. It's just a piece of metal. And eventually you're going to get rid of it, and it's just going to be junk and sold for scraps. So if there's anyone out there that uses Westlake and you have a horrible experience with them, or you know someone who does use it, drop a comment down below, because I would love to hear about it. And you could also, if you want, you can share a story to why you're in that situation and how you got out. Because see, that seems to be the key. For her, it looks like she cannot find a way out. She's just frustrated. She's spent all that money throughout those years and she's stuck. How did you guys get out of that situation? Thanks for watching this video, guys, and catch you in the next one. Peace.